yede ebro e obabi biara wo na kaseboy efrin kramponi mantemu dia eye pokwase festivals adum plaza building mu ene ye share sanson obetimi edi yechi e wo Facebook eye XTVGH sanson YouTube eye XTV Ghana okopiemu e wo TikTok dia eye XTV391 and some who draw me dey bro enanope edo so ye ankasa de dimakotin bia wo beti ene say onipa wono ene kasa edwo mampani abediechi haji Dr. Mamdu Baumia eye openi boako Gideon penifo ebisa ne say eda no asem kekan eye mampani abediechi kwa kekan ye se wo bu nkonta anapo se wo church se esi kasem etie no eye political speech anampo se de ekoso wo memu no eno ene wo di ache ya na anu ya wo de bai no ede mu chiremo ebebro na ewo nsem fufu mo nso no apietifo ba beto dwa se mebusum ni mo ena wo mo dan ya na pese wo mo ekuro na yase ye ya ma wo mo no ena wo mo ebe hya ase emu chiremo nso obeti ewo kase eso nsem bi kan we hu ena mede bro se anopa no nsia kase abrame Obaapa Mavis Akosua Atteh kase bro mama twa me ho sima me ba me kase boy emu chichima kasa edi bema ba ediba XTV yanopa no nsia kase so kase boy wetefe anafo apie na ato nyina eyade obenye bi ahwe enye bi etie na wo tie na wo hwe no na wache ma naso afofo so eso eda no yagwada echina na wotwe a omampanya bediechi haji Dr. Mamudu Baumia okokasa ye edifa ye sikasem ho na enomo ena asem ode tu dwa na enu echi mikrofo bebre ena omo ka ho asem se wedie omampanya bediechi enye Ghana ha na owo e ka me anse nsem okokan no enye Ghana fo ye economy ho asem ena okokan ye eya mahudo fort studio ena wokokan ye na enomo ena komotwetwe egusuara ekoso no ye ponsa anapose ye poso hama ye ne wopani awo no ena kasa edimo mampani abediechi eye opani Gideon boakon ye bisa ne se wono akasa wo hwe the boss nsem okokan dan no wo hwe eye political speech ena okoma ye anampo se dia ekoso wo mam ye sikasem se na amafo ho ache no se na nyema nkoyie no enu ho asem ena okokan ye anapose amanyosem ena wokodi hu nkomo ede kire Ghana fo ye nkono ko wiase na wodi ichechemo ede emaye.
First of all, I don't think there was any silence. Anybody who follows the Vice President, Dr. Mamudu Baumia, knows that he's the type that way back from opposition to the time that he came into government makes his views known on national issues. And in the schedule of activities of the Vice President, he has been speaking throughout the year, I mean, from 2017 till now. And depending on the subject for the program that he attends, he speaks to different teams. And so the whole question of he being silenced is something that baffles me, because for this year, if my memory serves me right, the Vice President has been out there attending different public fora, in not less than 20 of them. Even today, he was in Ashanti region to launch the National Youth Volunteer Program. So almost every time, the Vice President goes out there to speak. But let me say that aside the different speeches, addresses that he delivers at different programs, consistently from opposition till now, it appears every year he takes one day to do a major public engagement that is publicized widely. So I think the difference is the scope of publicity for the different programs that he attends. You remember from 2017, in 2017, there was this 100-day achievement program that he did with multimedia.
I see.
And that was a one-off program which was widely covered.
Where he said he had arrested the city.
Exactly.
And given the key to the IGP.
And then 2018, there was a similar lecture like that. In 2019, remember, prior to Ghana exiting the IMF program, the Vice President also organized what we termed as the first economic management team town hall meeting on 3rd of April,
where he announced the reduction,
import duties, benchmark values, all of that.
Okay.
And in 2020, some few weeks to the general elections, he did what we call the closing argument.
I see.
That was also widely publicized. And last year, we took time to kind of have a conversation on the whole digital economy agenda, where he also spoke.
So your point is that it's an average of one a year since he became vice president?
Yes, it's an average of one a year, and even in opposition.
I see.
Remember, he was attending different programs, party rallies, and all of that. But the lectures that he used to do, like the one he did with Central University, and then 2016, 15, he did another one. 2016, he did another one. So it is not.
So you are dealing with the issue of the frequency that it's not out of the ordinary.
No, not at all.
So the other question is, what was he trying to do? Was he going to give an explanation of where we are as an economy, or was he going to respond to critics that his level of all the claims he made prior to?
And now, if I was a seer, the Wakasa at the moment, Penyabidi, a year penny gideon boacon. Now, yet on seminal Sudia, Edano, and I don't come my woman shebe fear one now, one more minds and energy. Committee no and no de betu just say, I bind the Huber here pa essay, a year a piety dear etu womu expression esi ya chese womu kroni nyina etimi atwa peteno yenhwe ne enye kroni foforo infama we san say ne titru pa se na iso na sha se eto se no e de ha kese pa ene betimi e de abre womo na enu ada ne pa wono ene edwum training edima apieti reconstruction implementation team e yo pani benito owusu bio wono ene nsentrefo etimi ekasaye na wo kire mu se omo bom homodin omo ye de ombetumi biara ne prempren no ya go biaye ankofo no betimi enya atimi atenansa ansa na po mahye eye kuro na sese womo esie no ya de omo ye hu adwuma ankasa na ansa na no eda no fieda iso na etoye no yesi ukopiem o apieti hono ma tese tenta ye edi ma wo no edri ni nyina etimi ediguye ne senti no nadmo pani a wono ewo honom eye opani Louis Afo wone insentrefo kasa ekyekye se na nstem no esi ye nkone ekohwe eye opani Louis Afo ni sema wodi etuja
bia esane be 30 minutes ago apiati fence we leave camp ha pani be he tent akasie yi be ye enum ne nketua be ye nan ne address be ye nsia bi no die nsuo no ama sokra na ohwe na chi a uhu se nsuo na ama so tisisi a me no ka se let us nsuo na ye twen nti ama ye bo sa dan kokuro yi so ehu behia se ye betum rikan tempa na se ne carpenter fo no wahi omu wahi omu tum rikamra ne nhase modan si ne nhase mfa abatan ne maamefo nko sa dan ne mo nye sa said you unity maybe you say if you china de kone na mutu ni nsuo beta the same fashion
no ni pa hu se wakasa sisi ano eyo Penny Louis Afo wono deputy nadmo director ewo Pristia honom na wetimi di sansemi wodi etuja na no achi Benito owusu bio wono ene edwumteni edima eku a womo ehwe so betimi aye kronu fufokra ede ama apietifo na wodi tuja ese mebusum ni de toso edunum no ene ombehya ase etimi aye edwuma.
Putting up a building is not a one-day job. And especially when you are going to put up a whole complete township. What it entails is for you to have a local planning scheme. Aside that too, the local planning scheme, after it being drawn and approved by the requisite planning authorities, would have to be interpreted on the ground. Then you have the roads people coming in to also do the road layout. That will give you the layout finally on the ground of the planning scheme. All this entails planning to get to that point. We have been working, I'll say, around the clock to ensure that we are able to do that at the best possible time. Where we've reached on a normal situation, these things will take you a year to plan such a thing. As we speak now, the local planning scheme is ready now. The estimates for the roads too is also ready. We've had consultation with the Ministry of Roads and Highways as to how they can also procure a contractor to move quickly to site to start the road layout. These have been done. That leads to the execution. Government is on course as we speak now. Almost 2 weeks ago, we all saw the request for proposals advert that appeared in the Daily Graphic. That is also a very key milestone because that entails everything that you can think of, including all what we intend to do there was in that advert. For your information, as we speak now, there's been several proposals that have been brought forward by building contracting firms, architectural and design firms. They've all brought their proposals. The good thing is that we'll look through and then come out with prune it down to the best that we think we'll be able to use for this particular project. Within 2 weeks from now till 1st of May, we will be able to have selected whoever will be constructing the building. The designs too would also then be out. So hopefully, give or take 15th of May, when already the Ministry of Roads would have been there to do, but you work from back to the front. That is it. There are certain things that can be done concurrently, and that is what we are doing now. Yes. At the same time, as the Ministry of Roads is preparing to go, we should also be working on our designs. We should also be working on our bills of quantities to be able to tell you that, look, one building will cost this much. Yes. But we need to do all that before we get there. So hopefully, up to May, middle of May, we should be there. 15th of May, already the Ministry of Roads will be there doing their road design, our road layout. That itself is a very big step because without that, you can't do anything.
Now, what penny a year benito or be one, and a dream training at Dima APT reconstruction implementation team now. And City TV for dinner, echo yes, I interview what this answer me, what may edit to jar. Yet once some so up on some full from more. A done no, my penabe ditcher, Haji Dr. Modu Baumia, Echo Cassaye, edify ye economy nehono. Now more for be, I shall say one more cassa, Casse be a one more air capa, and say, eh, 1 man penny, 1 cassa, and fan fa air 11 home. Nina any say, him say, maybe a tremono, what can say, and your crown say. Mobile money, see, car, money, ya dofunum, efa, barefoot in Tanka Senasono, a veggie, a tour, a was what you say here for, and a 1 more, a yes, sir, all this, Sika, the money, at the 4, edifa, a barefoot in Tanka Sensitive, who here, see a veggie, a tour, a was so. Ni sent no 11 who send me a buy, no beat me being a sumo pa, a woman, 8 years say, 1 man penny abedichi, will bet me a casa a day, a found a dano, yen I share ya. Abra edru honum just say, what you must say, shrim to send from her. What boss super and no tremo a far honum just say, when to me and church musena, what bought a front so what me church mo Eddie Magana for no, and no edru honum no, what boss one will tremo, and I a boy a humadine, and central for any only power no etunkra, a day Emma Ganna, a information minister, a union Nico Joe Ponkruma, when beside say, I didn't see anyone penny abediche, 1 cassa, and fa 11 who send and I could draw upon Kuma HM say, ne here. A who here cross on my penabediche, or becassa a day a found, which you say, Sagana Fonina, Ebekai, near the Adrian, ya soon better to Hoa. You bet me when the sell my penabediche, where they can Akasa, a dear 11 with some saving one, which you said town hall meeting, 1 more air call air church, Ghana this year, one more decay, air call tapa day, 1 more ye be our Cofodia, 1 more ye be our wow, me ye be our ho, Ninano, 1 penabediche or born homody. Church Ghana for the entire who here, so was a yet disa levy. Intendenti, and a fay, warmer economic speech no, and who be here say was also embossed be manner. Could you upon Kruma say, a whom a and not and a 1 more son?
Okay, so the question is, how much detail did he provide on it? No, he didn't. So first of all, he mentioned it as part of the, and I told you he spoke about 4 things. He spoke about the measures that we are taking to mitigate the impact and get us out of the current situation in which we are. And within that context, he spoke about the EDV. I think it's true that a lot of people were expecting him to give a very detailed set of comments on the electronic transactions levy for two reasons. One, because he has been the champion of digitization in this country. And I think that that is commendable. He's been one of the very first and strong voices on digitization and its impact and why we should digitize a lot more. Indeed, the fourth part of his presentation was extensively about digitization. So if a digital sphere is now attracting a levy, a lot of people were expecting him to do a connection between the two. And then, secondly, he had also been on record on talking about the fact that Momo in general, we should be careful about taxing it because a lot of poor people use it. And that if you tax Momo, you'll be taxing the poor. I mean, Prophet, I think that these are the two main reasons for which people were expecting a very elaborate set of remarks from him on the subject of the electronic levy. Am I right? I mean, significance is a matter we may debate because there are monetary policy measures, some of which are most significant in arresting the slide of the currency. There are some of the fiscal measures, some of which are quite draconian. 20% plus cuts in expenditures, in my view, are a lot more significant than 6-point-something billion, which may not all be achieved because of the delays we have had. So the debate on significance, I won't want to go into that one. But I guess the simplest answer to this is that the e-levy is a matter that I think extensively we have, as a government, spoken to across this country and answered every single question on. I can understand why some people want to hear him do an elaborate set of remarks on it, but it should not be missed that his presentation was a third in a series of presentations by government dealing with various issues. And we have dealt extensively with the electronic transactions levy, traveling from Takrady to Koforidua to Wa to Ho and to other places, engaging with the Ghanaian public, engaging in parliament, on mass media platforms, explaining the why and dealing with the fact that those two principal issues, one, digitization will not be compromised by e-levy, have to be responded to. And it's been responded to ad nauseum. The second matter of dealing with the poor, the Vice President himself was very instrumental, and I don't think I break my cabinet oath when I say this because I believe it serves a good purpose. He was very instrumental in the cabinet meetings and the EMC meetings to ensure that his principled argument of protect the poor was upheld. And that is why the threshold of 100 Ghana cedis, which accounts for about 40...
It's no information minister, Kujo Ponkruma, and I wait to me, Akasano. Na e-levy who say yemo and yedasu ejna, head of compliance, domestic tax revenue unit, Ghana Revenue Authority, your penny Victor Yaw Akongo, or no so itimi akasa. The working in our NSA, what person womo din chichimo, Edima Ghana for, Nientimi enya yahu entia, so much I say, church Ghana for, Sikadodua u sendia, and no sa e-levy betimi akano, and our friends no, and nipadodo, and apple sequoia, ubefaso ansana, e-levy entimi count, wetimi a church in Ninemo, Eddie, ama Ghana for. Na the work biom any say uwa account me no nani nyina eya wodia udin krona na wodi ye nyina dia and they will transfer e dey free account ba komo account foforo mu a enya da e-levy ebetimi aka no nemo de wo pese wo ka che Ghana fo nyina ese hwe se wo account no udin na ewo so no Ghana card edin na ewo so no eno na wetimi die bie account ni nyina se ko ba ne say within the Akosua menu na okofa Ghana card ne so a sa na eti anakosa account for na obi enu sa na wo dia ende kai na hu ni say wodie die na so e-levy ebetimi akan wo chechire mu say ediman
a cumulative transfer of 100 Ghana cedis per day made by the same person, e-levy not applicable. 2, a transfer between accounts owned by the same person. The same person. I have a Fidelity account and I transfer money to my GCB account. I'm doing the transfer. E-levy will not apply. If I transfer to my EcoBank account, my Prudential Bank account, my CBJ account, e-levy will not apply because it is the same person who owns the account. And his Ghana card has shown his clear identity from from all the various banks that he's the same person. So yield levy will not apply.
Okay.
3, yield levy will not apply where payments are made for taxes. When we are paying for taxes, fees, charges, using the Ghana.gov platform, yield levy will not apply. Or any designated government payment system, yield levy will not apply. Then we also say that transfer between principal, master agents, and agents account, yield levy will not apply. Then finally, we talk about yield levy will not apply where there is electronic clearing of checks. Yield levy will not apply. Finally, specified merchant payment also, yield levy will not be applied. So these are the category of transaction of persons that yield levy will not apply on them.
Okay, so if you're sending money from your MTN to your Vodafone, yield levy will not apply.
Once it is
my account, my own account.
Yes.
I'm sending money from my MTN to my Vodafone. One number to the other.
True.
It will not apply. Okay, so my name is MFR Pao, but known on paper as Irene MFR Pao. So maybe my Ghana card has the Irene, but maybe my Vodafone, they've registered as MFR Pao. Does it affect it in any way? But is there any way that it would affect it?
See,
I just want to be sure.
MFR, we have a unique identifier, which is the Ghana card, which we are going to use. There are some people who have used their passport to register for their account. We are saying that for you to qualify for the exemption, there is the need for you to let your Ghana card be known in all your accounts.
Okay.
So that your Ghana card will be the unique identifier of you everywhere, so that you can enjoy the exemption.
Okay.
If your name is different.
Na openi Victor na wo ho no se wetimi achechire mo na sa komotwetwe ekoso e wo join news so eho na yenso yetimi di ebi abrewo se ya no pa no nsia kase mi gina wo mo nsem so ene na no pe kase amede brewo no me fa ni nyina mfesi a me fa sedan fama se onya bre ni adaje na wo hwe XTV ya no pa no nsia kase obetimi edi echi follow yen e wo social media handles ni nyina eso uko Facebook a XTV GH uko PM o YouTube a XTV Ghana TikTok XTV 391 na se wo pese yebo wadwuma bi hu dawro e wo yekase eso edemawa de hia ne se obefrem panifo frem e wo 0204 700404 0204 700404 ye kuma bi ne yebejew na yebemma ni penina wiase nyine hu de ya wo na de kodi nto a ana pese dwumedi a wodie ma o customers no so ebetimi akweni papa me fa sedan from aboafo ye chichi beauty parlor ono ene ye makeup ye niti ede emame nti bomodien na frɛ no weekend si ede nyina ukọ program bi no ko bi esese hu kama ede ama wa frɛ no e was 0547 254078 0547 254078 Samsung ena Ayet Creation wono ene mami atade ehye nti bomodien na frɛ Ayet na wono so atade ahodo bi a wo pebia frɛ no e was 0242 389851 0242 389851 media seda ede ma ni wo ma obugina camera na chi ede ma me ye DJ YX na fence no fit you try me etu mo Bismarck abra Alonso eta na chi didindi executive producers na Najwa Sapoma na fence no Sami Tuga wo mo na executive producers me am making kadima wonso Obaapa Mavis Akosua Atteh